सदाशिवसमारम्भा शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमा अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ता वन्दे गुरुपरम्परा. I welcome you all with my love and respects. Morning Satsang. I'll again continue on Siddhas and the outer body experiences. Outer body experience in Siddha tradition. Let me define exactly various kinds of outer body experiences. Your body is just like a solar water heater. Sun is the super consciousness, God, and the panel on which the sun rays are reflected and becomes energy is the body. The panel is your body. How the water gets heated? Through the panel. The body does many things, but the source of the energy for that panel is sun rays. Same way, the source of energy for your body is the reflection of consciousness. More time the solar panel is directed towards the sun, the more energy will be produced. Please understand. More time the panel is directed towards the sun, the more energy will be produced. More time the panel is away from the sun rays, less productivities. Same logic. More your body is directed towards the consciousness, more productive it will be, more useful it will be, more alive it will be. See, the solar panel, the more if it is directed towards the sun, not only it is productive, it is alive. It is working out its prarabdha, what for is created, what for it is created. That purpose is getting fulfilled. Understand? Not only you being productive to the world, you feeling fulfilled is also an important factor in the life. So the body, more and more, which is, if it is direct, more it will be productive, more it will be conscious, more it will be alive, more it will be fulfilling its purpose. What is out of body experience? Understand, for some reason, if you feel you are little more than this body, suddenly something will break into your system completely. Your idea about life, your idea about death, your idea about fear, your idea about greed, your idea about God, your idea about world, your idea about nature, your idea about guru, everything will completely take a new shift. Your world will be different. That is why from time immemorial these incarnations go on talking the same thing. One side the incarnations talk the same thing, the other side the ignorant fellows are talking the same thing. The bridge, how to jump from this side to that side, that breaking point is out of body experience. Out of body experience can happen in a different way. One, unconscious reason and unconscious experience. Second, unconscious reason but conscious experience. Third, conscious reason and conscious experience. Three classification. Please understand. Unconscious reason and unconscious experience. I can say it's like a coma. Suddenly you get into accident. Accident is unconscious reason. And coma, falling into coma, unconscious experience. Unconscious reason, unconscious experience. Coma is also in a way out of body experience. Please understand. Coma is also in a way out of body experience. Like a unconscious reason, unconscious experience. No use. It's like in the night time, the panel not reflecting the sun. No use. Sun is also covered, panel is also not useful. Second thing, unconscious reason but conscious experience. This is very subtle point you need to understand. Unconscious reason but conscious experience. Under this only all the near-death experiences experienced and recorded in the Western world falls under this category. The reason is not conscious. They have not created. Suddenly they get into an accident. When they come back, when they become conscious, they describe there was a tunnel, the end of the tunnel there was a light, and they entered the tunnel and come back, and some accident, some unconscious reason. But when they come back, they are completely conscious about the experience, and their whole understanding about life shifts, changes. They don't live in the same way. They don't live in the same way. That is why in the Indian tradition there is a habit. If somebody dies and taken to the cremation ground, if he comes back, means it was an NDE, near-death experience, and if he comes back, he will never return to the house. Means his idea about life becomes different. His idea about death becomes different. His idea about God becomes different. His idea about world becomes different. His idea about fear and greed becomes different. So now he cannot fit with a normal society. So naturally he decides to live a Aghori life. There are many Aghoris who had NDE, near-death experience, but the family thinks he is dead and they take him to the cremation ground. By that time they take him to the cremation ground and put the fire, he comes back to consciousness, and the very Aghori tradition started in this way only. Those kind of people, because in those days lot of people used to have a near-death experience. The Kumbhaka, the air staying inside the body without moving used to happen just because of those days lifestyle itself, without any special practice. I can see. Just 2 days before I was informed, I think few days before I was informed, 2 months ago the whole ashram, 90% of the people, sorry 99% of the people except me and another one person, whole ashram was anemic. And now, just the lifestyle change, I introduced this samana yoga and this neem juice in the morning and little sesame seed and jaggery. These are not big steroid or medicine or the iron infusion or iron injection. Almost practically, I was presented a picture that everybody needed bypass surgery. And nothing has been done except buying little vegetable and changing a lifestyle. Just few vegetables are brought to our kitchen and small lifestyle change. Little bit of neem juice and little bit of jaggery and sesame seed and samana yoga. Suddenly, few days before I was informed, the whole ashram is out of anemic problem. No iron infusion, no iron tablets, no hospitalization, no medication, nothing. Just a simple lifestyle change. I tell you, nothing is more effective medicine than lifestyle change. Those days the lifestyle itself was such, lot of people used to have this near-death experience. Unconscious reason, but conscious experience. I can give you one more example for this unconscious reason, but conscious experience. There was a great saint and Siddha in my native place, Arunagirinadar. In the young age, a rich guy, very rich family background, young age, big womanizer, left and right. One day he was diagnosed with the disease, those days HIV. It is supposed to be spreading. It's like a STD, sexually transmitted disease. In those days, it was considered as incurable in those days. I do not know exactly the English word for the disease description. It's a kind of a leprosy. Not HIV, but in those days it is considered like HIV. Incurable and sexually transmitted. The moment he was diagnosed, he was shaken completely because his whole personality was established on his body. Body-based personality. There are different kinds of personalities. There are some money-based personalities. If you beat them any amount, they will not bother. If you just give them 100 rupees, they will go happily. Money-based personality. There are some people, power-based personality. They are ready to go through any suffering. There are personalities like this. Complete power-based personalities. They will not bother about anything if they can just have power. And there are body-based personalities. Arunagirinadar was a body-based personality. So naturally when his body will not be useful anymore for his life, he was shaken thoroughly. His whole personality was shaken. He decides to go and jump from the temple tower and commit suicide. Because he has no reason to live. And no woman will entertain him, enjoy his body or allow him near. So he decided life is over. He claims the temple tower, Vallala Maharaja Gopuram. the eastern side, temple tower. He jumps from the tower, from the top of the tower. Please understand, the story describes, by the time his body reached the ground, Subramanya appeared and he held him and initiated him into the mantra and gave him enlightenment and asked him to sing his glory. This is the description. I tell you exactly what happened. When he fell from that top, suddenly he had an outer body experience, because the shaken personality, when the personality is completely shaken, whether by the fulfillment of the greed or the extreme experience of fear, when the personality is shaken, the possibility for outer body experience is more. So body is falling and the personality is not disturbed, because it is already decided to die. Because the personality has decided to die, when the body was falling, the fear was not disturbing the personality. When the fear or greed does not disturb your personality, you see, greed will not disturb your personality when it is fulfilled. Fear will not disturb your personality when you have decided not to be bothered about it. For example, if you have the fear of losing the wealth, if you decide not to be bothered about it, that fear will not disturb you anymore. If you have the fear of losing the body, and if you already decided about it, that incident will not disturb you anymore. So for a moment, the unclutching has happened. The personality and the body got unclutched. The fear of losing the body did not shake the personality, because already he decided not to be bothered about body, leave the body. So the fear did not disturb him. The unclutching has happened. He experienced out of body experience. Please understand. When you experience out of body experience, when there is no ego, personality inside the body, body will not be damaged. It is one of the very important secrets. See, if the kids fall down and if there is nobody seeing them, they will not be hurt, they will not cry, they will not create any nuisance. Only if you are there seeing them, they will look at your face, and if you show any reaction, their personality gets activated, they feel pain, they feel suffering, they start, the siren will start. Really. The same height, same weight. With personality, the body will be damaged. Because they don't have personality, body doesn't get damaged. They fall like a flower. And they just stand up within a second. You can see. You can even do a research. See their weight and the height they fall. And their ability. Your weight and the height and the ability. As per the gravitation law, they should have been hurt. But not only they will not be hurt, they will just stand up and walk, jump around. Only if you see them, and if they see you, in your eyes, you are showing something wrong has happened, you need to be pampered and taken care. The moment they see that, they feel, oh, something wrong has been done to me, wrong has happened to me, now I will have to respond in that way. The personality starts, the siren starts, siren goes on. You can see the dead body. When a person is alive, even though his body is, see, the Naturally, dead body will be more heavy. But the living body sinks in the water. Dead body floats in the water. Dead body is more heavy and water is completely filled inside. But dead body floats. Living body sinks. Without personality, you never get hurt. The body without personality just floats with the nature. In him, in those few seconds, the outer body experience happened. Unconscious reason, but conscious experience. That is why he fell on the ground like a flower. When he opened his eyes, his fantasy, I can say, is visualization. Fantasy is not a right word. For unconscious things only fantasy. For conscious things it is visualization. His visualization, Subramanya, became reality. See, in the intense awareness, your strongest visualization will become reality. His visualization, Subramanya, became reality. And he gave him enlightenment. Means he had enlightenment because of that outer body experience. This is what exactly happened. Understand? In Zen, still now they use this technique. The master will be standing and talking with you in the 3rd floor or in the 2nd floor. Suddenly will push you out of window for no reason. Of course, master knows the right time, the right situation, right mood, and how ripe you are. The moment he pushes, that guy will fall on the ground like a flower. And he will just wake up and kneel down there itself, declaring his enlightenment. It's some of the great, powerful, shocking processes used in Zen to give out-of-body experience. Unconscious reason. You see, Arunagirinatha did not know he is going to have this experience. He just wanted to get rid of his suffering. Unconscious reason. But conscious experience. This is the other kind of outer body experience. The third, conscious reason, conscious experience. That is what I am doing in NSP. Death meditation. The process you go through. Consciously you go through, you create the reason, you meditate, you look into the fear, you look into the death, you go through the death experience, and consciously you experience the experience. Unconscious reason, unconscious experience. Unconscious reason, but conscious experience. Third, conscious reason and conscious experience. These are the 3 levels of out-of-body experience. Siddha tradition used all the 3. Please understand, all the 3. Unconscious reason, unconscious experience also used by Siddha tradition to cure your body. If somebody gets into an accident and falls into coma, and if he is taken to a Siddha, the Siddha will first cure all other parts of the body, only then bring him out of coma. Because if he is out of coma, the healing all other parts will be difficult. If your logic is functioning, it will not allow the automatic natural healing process of the body. And not only that, unconscious reason and unconscious coma experience. The Siddhas know the technique. When you come back, they will make that as a conscious experience. They will give you that kind of a medicines and take care of you. When you settle into the body, that will become a conscious experience. That is why Always, I have seen hundreds of cases, the snake bite and the poisoning, if they are treated by Siddha doctors, when they become alright, they almost inevitably become sadhus or spiritual people. Because the Siddha system of treatment for the snake bite or this poisoning, you see, poisoning, snake bite and all, unconscious reason and unconscious experience, coma. They will treat it in such a way, when that fellow settles into the body and becomes aware, that becomes a conscious process. It's almost like a conscious birth. He knows how his nervous system is becoming alive, inch by inch, flowering, step by step, and how he is becoming aware of the world, how the frequency of this world is increasing. Oh, yes. First the clothes are seen, the next walls are seen, third windows are seen. Oh God, through windows I am able to see the scenes outside. The reality, becoming reality, will be a conscious process in them. That is why even if you are bitten by snake, even if you have a snake, any poisoning, if some great experienced Siddha doctor treats you, it will not only be a rebirth for you physically, it will be rebirth for you consciously. Because when you are entering and settling into the body with awareness, the whole thing, if it happens in the realm of awareness, suddenly your idea about life, God, birth, death, greed, fear changes. It just changes. It just changes. I tell you, Siddhas use even unconscious reason, unconscious experience to give real out of body, the enlightenment to you. Second, how they use unconscious reason, conscious experience. They know to use right medicine, give a right process, make that out of body experience part of your life. If you go through once an out of body experience, like agoris, as I said, most of the Siddha doctors are agoris. I myself have seen one lady. She used to reside near my school in which I used to study. Very elderly lady. 3 times she was declared dead. They will take her to the burial ground and she will wake up and sit. Once actually they put the body and even put the fire. When the fire touched her hair, she woke up and sat. Very elderly lady. And after that happened 3rd time, she went and met a sadhu. In Tiruvannamala there was one sadhu. And that sadhu initiated her and gave some instructions about Siddha and all those things. You will be shocked. After that she became a great healer. And people who live in Tiruvannamala, they will know the high school in which I studied, just near that she was living. She is called actually Sudugatu Party, means the granny of burial ground. Anybody who goes to her, she will, if they have any problem in the body, she will use the left leg and just stretch the left leg on them, show the left leg on them, they will be healed. all kinds of diseases. Just like that she will heal them. And very simple normal things she will give, like a neem leaf, turmeric and all these only. And people will come out of diseases. Unconscious reason, but conscious experience she had. The Siddha immediately used her life. He gave her the exact clear understanding about the whole thing and allowed that cognitive shift to happen. And now she has become very useful, not only to herself, to the world. Even the unconscious reason, conscious experience, Siddhas are able to use it. The third, very important thing, conscious reason, conscious experience. Siddhas were able to give the conscious death experience through right medicines and herbs and the right technique. Siddhas actually used to use even the snakes. They will have snakes, they will make the snake to bite the disciple. When the poison is spreading all over the body, they will prepare the disciple to go through a particular process, like a breath watch, the vipassana. There are kind of process. You need to be completely centered on awareness of the breath. First they will train you. First they will make you aware of breath through weightlifting. Because it means what? Even during pain, you are able to retain the awareness. Then they will give you a simple food poisoning. Food poisoning is not like a snake poisoning. Normal food poisoning, which just disturbs your intestine. Then you will be given the training that being aware during food poisoning. Then they will get scorpion. Scorpion bite. Scorpion bite will not kill you, but heavy pain. If you are able to be aware, retain that awareness in the center of your breath, even with a scorpion bite, then they will, next level is snake bite. And of course, these are dangerous things. You are not supposed to practice or preach. I am only sharing some of the incidents and the methods and techniques used by the traditional Siddha Sampradaya, ancient masters. This can neither be practiced nor be promoted, but understanding of the science will help you in many other ways. Many other ways it will help you. That is why it is good to understand the science. They will make the snake bite, and during that intense poison spreading, if he is able to retain the awareness, at one point suddenly something will break, that breakthrough point. The person will experience outer body experience, and immediately Siddhas will put the antidote, anti-venom medicine into the mouth, and in 5 minutes poison will leave the system. He will become alright, he will come back. He will come back as a Siddha Purusha. As a Siddha Purusha. Just half an hour process. When he comes back, he will be a Siddha. Of course, those masters they know. And if the things are going out of hand, if he is not getting into that outer body experience, they know what to do. Just they will pour the medicine and get him back in 10 minutes. They know the breathing. If it is settling with awareness, at particular point, it will not settle more than that. It will become explosion, and it will come back to normal, just with awareness, without any medicine. For example, it's like if I had to give an example of pulse rate, it will not go down less than 30. By the time it reaches 30, if he is with awareness, he will break the power of venom and come out as Siddha Purusha. But if it goes less than 30 and still he is not coming out, then immediately they will give the medicine and get him out. He will become all right, but he will not be Siddha Purusha. So these are some of the powerful techniques and processes used by Siddha tradition, Siddha masters, to give outer body experience as a technique for enlightenment. What we are doing in NSP is most harmless, no side effect, no after effect, but intense experience of outer body experience. Common men, women, normal family people in thousands going through outer body experience is first time happening in the planet Earth in our NSPs. That is why when they go to the death experience consciously and come out, body is kept healthy. Pulse never comes down, breath never comes down, but the consciousness is put in the outer body experience and brought back. Their whole idea about life, fear, death, greed, everything changes. That is why so much of transformation happens just by that one process, because the near-death experience can change the very idea you carry about life, death, fear, greed, God, Guru, everything. In Siddha tradition, outer body experience is used as an important turning point for enlightenment, for cognitive shift. Tomorrow I will speak little more detailed way on how entering into the different bodies were used by Siddha tradition. A living Siddha entering into a dead body is one category. A living Siddha entering into a living body is second category. A dead Siddha who doesn't have a body entering into the living body is a third category. The Siddha who doesn't have a body entering into the dead body is fourth category. These four categories of Siddhis, in Tamil we call it Kudu Vittu Kudu Vaidal, is used by Siddhas to bless the world in a different way. Tomorrow I will talk about all these four signs and we will understand how those understandings can be used in our life for our spiritual growth or healing our body. Let you all experience the right outer body experience with conscious reason and conscious experience and achieve and radiate enlightenment. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express and radiate the eternal bliss. Nithyananda. Thank you. I welcome you all with my love and respects. Today's satsang subject is sleeping your way to enlightenment. As you are all aware, we are continuing on Siddha tradition. The Siddha tradition series, the states of consciousness. Today we will understand the different states of sleep state. The internal different states in sleep state. First, in the deep sleep state, the first state is, see, we are analyzing and understanding the various states in sleep state. In the deep sleep, in the sleep, how you go through various ups and downs and various states. Understanding and experiencing and having clarity about those states will really liberate you and help you towards enlightenment. Another important thing, you don't need to waste much of your waking time to work for enlightenment. Just your sleeping time can be used for enlightenment, and waking time you can use it to create the outer world. Whatever world you are in, you can achieve great things in that world. The waking state, you are in this world, so spend time for this. The deep sleep state, you are in different world, use that time for enlightenment. After all, anything you achieve in the sleep state is not going to be, any outer world things which you try to achieve in the sleep state is impossible. So let us use that state to become enlightened. Sleeping your way to enlightenment will really make your enlightenment quick, fast, and of course easy. So the first step, the first understanding, sleepful waking, Sushupti Jakra, Sushupti Jakrat, sleepful waking state. I'll give you the exact original definition of the sleepful waking state in Tamil first. I'll exactly give you the definition from that Siddha tradition. உறங்கி எழுந்த பிறகு அந்த உறக்கத்தின் சுகம் முதலான தன்மைகள் இவ்விதமென பிறருக்கு எடுத்துரைக்கும் நிலை. After you wake up from sleep, the state of explaining the pleasure and qualities and nature of sleep to others after waking from sleep. After waking up from sleep, if you are able to explain the state, the pleasure, the experience of that sleep state, the state in which you were, is sleepful waking state, Sushupti Jakrat. Sometime early morning you will wake up and you will really be able to feel you slept completely, deeply, whole body will have that peace. Especially whoever had energy session yesterday night, you can understand today morning how the body is. Not only whoever had energy session, even if you have seen what is going on here, you would have had that sleepful waking state. It's a powerful experience, powerful state. The sleepful waking state is responsible for the rejuvenation of your body, rebuilding of your muscles. If you have this state, physically your muscles will be every day rejuvenated. I tell you. This state will avoid aging of that day. One night if you spend in sleepful waking state, that day will not make you age. So how many nights you spend in sleepful waking state, that many days you don't need to bother about aging. Your organs will not age. In the same way, if you had an intense experience of energization, at least 1 full year, your organs does not age. And if you have been a Divya Sariri, means the people who are sitting around me during the energization, helping, guiding all the participants to receive energization, those people are only called as Divya Sariris. Or I can say they are getting trained to become Divya Sariris. Means, it's like when a sun is shining, if you keep 10 mirror, all the 10 are properly focused on sun, towards sun. That whole area, the area between the 10 mirror will shine, not only because of sun, the 10 reflections. So these Divya Sariris are like a mirror, they act like a mirror, so that the whole area intensely radiates energy. That is why people who come to have energization, they literally enter my own physical body. Please understand, it's like me having an extended huge physical body. In that very intense energy field, they enter and have the energization and go. If you have been a Divya Sariri, I can say at least, especially with the experience intensely working on the body, not only you don't age, you grow younger. The growing younger happens when you become Divya Sariri. And the grace, joy, beauty starts radiating when you are Divya Sariri. Next state, Sushupti Swapna, sleepful dreaming state. The definition, உறங்கி எழுந்த பிறகு அந்த உறக்கத்தின் தன்மை இன்னதென தோன்றியும் தோன்றாமலும் இருக்கும் ஐயுறவு நிலை. A doubtful state about determining the nature and qualities of sleep after you wake up. After you wake up, if you are not able to be clearly determining, if you are doubtful, that state, that nature, you are not able to tell very clearly the nature and qualities of sleep. That state is what we call sleepful dreaming. Sushupti Swapna. You will wake up, but you will not be able to tell exactly what has happened, how you felt, what was happening in that sleeping state. You will not be able to define, you will not be able to make a clear understanding inside you. You will not be able to verbalize it properly outside you. That is what is this state, the sleepful dreaming state. Means disturbed sleep. Sometime, if you are highly stressed, worried about your business or relationship or something, next day morning when you wake up, you do not know what has happened in your sleeping state. You will only feel body pain. That state only is this sleepful dreaming. It's like a abusing your body and sleep state. If you continue to be in this state every night, you will age quickly. That is why you plan to take the sleeping pills and all that. Sleeping pills or just to escape from this state. But unfortunately, sleeping pills will not be able to give you permanent solution. It can give you solution for 1 or 2 days, not more than that. Stressed people go through this state. I can say this state is what I call hell. People ask me, Swamiji, yesterday somebody asked me in another session, Swamiji, so much they abused you and disturbed you. Why don't you curse them and put them in hell? I tell them, Arey, I don't need to curse. I don't need to curse. A small story. One cunning, crooked thief was sitting on a tree. And that way one sadhu was going, very quiet way, he was just walking. This fellow could not keep quiet, this thief. He threw a stone on that sadhu. That sadhu just looked up. By his nature, he is such a soft, happy, graceful person. He just looked up, looked at the thief, and he felt maybe that fellow is mentally sick or mentally having some pains and agony, that is why he is throwing stones at everybody. So he raised his hand and said, let you be blessed, let you be healed, so that you will not do this kind of bad things. He thought mentally and just blessed and went away. This thief thought, oh God, if you throw stones at people, I think in this area people bless you. He mistook. The funny thing is, next one king came on the same route. This fool, with his same understanding, he threw a stone on king also. What would have happened? Just king cut his head, that's all. Cut the thief's head. So understand, see, what that sadhu had, he gave back. He had only blessings and healing. He gave that back. He gave that. What the thief had, he gave that. What the thief had a cunning, arrogance, violent nature, he threw stone. That sadhu had silent, beautiful, blissful, happy, healing mood, so he healed. But the thief's nature is not going to keep quiet. So naturally, he will attract what he wants, what he is worthy of. So naturally, he will go around, throw stones continuously, and he will attract his own destruction. We don't need to curse. We don't need to do anything. So understand, that's the answer yesterday I gave in a very short way. So the people who harass, abuse, disturb others, who carry so much vengeance, stress inside them, will every day suffer with this state of Sushutti Swapna, means sleepful dreaming. That is what is hell actually. That is hell. It will be so stressful, so tiring. They will quickly age. The aging will be very quick. All their organs will become tired. Muscles will lose power. Muscles will lose strength. And their whole senses will lose its power. And naturally, getting more and more into the worst hell. Disturbed health, disease, mental disorder, all this will start happening in them. Anyhow, the next is sleepful sleeping. Sushutti Sushutti. Sushupta Sushutti. Sleepful sleeping. உறங்கி எழுந்த பிறகு உறக்கத்தின் சுகம் முற்றிலும் மறந்து போய்விடும் நிலை. The state in which the nature and pleasure of sleep is totally forgotten after waking. After waking, completely what has happened in the sleep state is forgotten. See, if you remember completely, it is sleepful waking. If you remember bit, and doubtful, not clear about the sleeping state, it is sleepful dreaming. If you are completely forgotten, it is sleepful sleep. Sleepful sleep is okay. I can say it is neither wrong nor right. It is like a stay order, stagnant. Okay, that's all. Neither you need to encourage nor you need to discourage. This is what is actually induced by sleeping pill. The earlier state is a disorder. When you add sleeping pills, this is the state you will experience, but it's not a permanent solution. Next is Sushupta Turiya, sleepful fourth state. This is the state exactly people who have been a Divya Shariri yesterday will be experiencing, yesterday whole night. That is still I can say that hangover is there. Sushupta Turiya, sleepful fourth state. உறங்கி எழுந்த பிறகு உறக்கத்தின் தன்மை அஞ்ஞான விஷயமென்றும் அதற்கு சாட்சியான ஆத்மாவே சத்தியமென்றும் தெரிந்து கொள்ளும் நிலை. State of understanding the nature of sleep is ignorance. After waking from sleep and realizing that the Atman is the truth. Please understand. Sometime when you wake up early morning, you know thoroughly. Whole night you were aware. You are not tired. There was no thoughts. There is no tiredness. But you are aware. You have not slept at all. Whole night you know you are awake. This is the state, sleepful fourth state. If you are in energy field and go and sleep, you will be in this state only. Early morning when you wake up, three things. One, no body pain, fresh, alive you will feel. Second, no thoughts about the sleep. You wouldn't have had any thought. Third, you wouldn't have slept. It's like a fully awake. Fully you have been awake. If these three, if you feel morning, you have been in the state of sleepful fourth state. How many of you feel these three today morning? Then those of you have been in that sleepful fourth state. No body pain, no thoughts or dreams in the sleep. Third, you just know you have been awake whole night. Sleepful fourth state. This is the state. If you have been in this state, not only you will not be aging, you will be anti-aging. You will be growing younger. Please understand. Sleepful waking will stop aging. Sleepful dreaming will make you quickly age. If you have spent one day chronologically, 3-4 days of effect will be there on your organs. Quickly aging. Sleepful sleeping will neither age nor anti-age. It will just be like a regular flow. If you passed one day, you passed one day. That's all. In the sleepful fourth state, not only you will not be aging, you will be anti-aging, growing younger. This is what the Siddhas call Tungamar Tungi Chugamberuvadekkalam. Sleeping without sleeping and having the pleasure. When it will happen to me, O Lord. The understanding, technical knowledge about this fourth state is enough for now. After I finish tomorrow, the next 4 states of Turiya, 4 states of fourth state, I will give you techniques, specific techniques, methods to work on each state. If it needs to be increased, increasing. If it needs to be decreased, decreasing. If it needs to be just neglected, neglecting. I will give you techniques, understanding, techniques and medicine. Mani Mantra Aushadha. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express and radiate the the eternal bliss. Nithyananda. Thank you. Sadashiva Samarambha Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. I welcome you all with my love and respects. Today's subject for morning satsang, Paragaya Pravesha by Siddhas, astral travel in Siddha tradition. I think yesterday itself I was talking about today's subject, astral travel in Siddha tradition. I wanted all of you to know, astral travel is a too poor word for Paragaya Pravesha. Paragaya Pravesha is something far beyond, but I have to use the word astral travel. Two reasons. One, there is no other word in English other than astral travel as far as I am able to search. Second, only this astral travel word comes close, especially in the internet search and everywhere, to the experience I am trying to describe. Not exactly, coming close. In Tamil we have the word Kudu Vittu Kudu Paidal. When I talk about Upanishad, Brahma Sutra, Yoga Sutra, what problem I face translating the Sanskrit to English, because those masters are great poets, Upanishadic masters. Just this one sutra, Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate, Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. What a poetry! Poetry with atrocity to break ordinary logic. This is what I have to describe. It is the not ordinary courage. Courage and all is too small word. Atrocity. If I say, there are no chocolates in this basket, it can be kind of a courage to break your logic. But if I say, I am not here, it is atrocity to break the ordinary logic. But what to do? That is the truth. The rishis have that strength to tell you in front of the face that you don't exist, the land on which you are standing does not exist, the person whom you are seeing does not exist. In a very poetic way, that is the beauty. So I can never translate Purnamada Purnamidam into any language honestly and feel satisfied, I did my job. No. The same struggling, same suffering, same struggle I am having when I need to translate the technical terms of Siddhas from Tamil to English. The word Kudu Vittu Kudu Paidal is a Tamil word and Sanskrit word Paragaya Pravesam. Of course, they both mean same. They both are equally loaded with the same meaning. with the same strength, at least I can say, the same strength. But both words can never be translated into English. Astral travel is the closest word. Better you understand the definition of Paragaya Pravesa, then you will understand what I mean by the word astral travel. Then we will look into this, how this is useful in our day-to-day life. I do not want you to learn anything which is not useful in your day-to-day life. I do not want you to participate in anything, whether it is entraining or entertaining. It should be enlightening. Whether it is encharming or enchanting, it should be enlightening. Without enlightening, the entraining has no meaning. It is only training, not entraining. Without enlightening, even the entertaining has no meaning. It is only tainting. Same way, without enlightening, encharming has no meaning. It is only charming. Without enlightening, enchanting has no meaning. Just chanting. Only if the enlightening is happening, all these things has meaning. Just today morning, I initiated the process of the Rathotsava. Today evening we are going to have Rathotsava. It is not just entertainment. It is an enlightening entertainment. The Utsava has a great meaning when Tripurasuras, three Rakshasas, it's a Anava Kanma Maya, the three negativities, the ego, karmas and illusion. These three Mayas, Tripurasuras they are called. When they are torturing all the devatas, good engrams and the good qualities which you have. See, the human body is a big war field where these few things are constantly playing. Suddenly one day morning you will feel so fresh and such a strong feeling connection, love with the master. By evening some samskara will trigger and some foolish idea will come up, the full of hatred, fear, anger, anxiety, insecurity, hatred. This love-hate relationship goes on and on and on like a churning. This Tripurasuras torturing devatas is same thing. Then all the devatas rush to Mahadeva, Shiva. Shiva says, come on, don't worry, I'll destroy those fellows. Let's get ready, let's all go. Shiva wanted all these fellows to see how he is destroying them. So all these fellows said, oh God, let us get ready. They are all packing up, left and right, preparing. Somebody gave the suggestion, after all Shiva himself is coming to destroy, should you not make a beautiful chariot? Indra said, yes, right, you are right, your suggestions are right. They started making a huge chariot. Brahma himself becomes a charioteer. All devatas becomes the sculpture. And Chaturvedas, 4 Vedas become 4 horses. And Yamadharma himself becomes a weapon. And Indra himself becomes a base plate. All the rishis and ganas and munis, everybody becomes some part of the chariot. All their powers becomes the embodiment of the chariot. And during this big process, suddenly Indra got the ego. With so many rishis and munis, ganas, devatas, gods, goddesses, with so much power, why Shiva? Anybody can destroy these three Rakshasas if so much power is united. That's all he thought. And Shiva just smiled. Did I ask for this chariot? Did I ask your help? I just said, come on, come with me and enjoy the scene. But you fellows try to build this chariot and start feeling you are too important in his mission. Sometimes the Indras feel that. And Shiva just smiles and looks at Indra. Indra understood what he is thinking. But he is so arrogant. You see, when you do something with a lot of difficulty, with a lot of thinking, you are doing hard work. Not really doing hard work. Thinking you are doing hard work, you can't get out of the ego. That's a big problem. So Indra has the same problem. Indra got into the same problem. What? We have done so much hard work. How can? This is too big. This is an important factor in Shiva's mission. It's not even Shiva's mission. For this fellow, he took the job. For these fellows, he took the job. And see the whole confusion. For the sake of this devatas, these guys come and cry. He takes up the job. When he takes up the job, he just tells them, come on with me and enjoy. But these guys can't keep quiet. They will try to do something, behave as if they are doing hard work. And they will get into the ego. And then they will tell, it's all because of this hard work. So what to do? Shiva just smiles. And they have done only one mistake in building the chariot. They did not worship Ganesha. How dare you fellows create this whole chariot without worshipping me? And the moment they completed the chariot and tried to move, he came and broke the axle. Axle got broken. And now the whole chariot is down and Indra is in a big depression. He rushes towards Shiva. Only when the depression comes, sometimes sense also comes into the brain. He runs, not ordinary depression, it's like a suffering, depression because of suffering. Inability. He runs to Mahadeva. Mahadeva smiles at him and says, don't bother. Your chariot is not required. Without that, the job will be done. Just wherever he is sitting, from there he just opens his third eye. And all the Tripurasuras are completely burnt away. They are burnt. Indra was shocked. Oh God, how much of energy, effort we put and created this whole chariot. And thought only because of this chariot you will be able to destroy the demon. Not only you don't need chariot, you don't even need to move. You destroyed these Tripurasuras. Now what to do? We already built this chariot. Please accept this as our humble offering. Shiva said, now you have sense. Now you have sense. Understand? It is not required for the mission which I took up for you guys. Maybe as your love and gratitude, now it can be enjoyed as pleasure. Shiva says, go and worship Ganesha first. They go and worship Ganesha first. Then Ganesha fixes the axle back. Then Shiva goes on a jolly ride. a playful ride on that chariot, goes around all the Tribhuvanas, Sabdalokas, blessing the people. That is the Rathotsava, chariot Utsava. If you understand the concept, the truth, the story, it is enlightening entertainment. Anyway, I was trying to tell you, I do not want you to do anything which is not enlightening. This Parakaya Pravesh also, if you understand, it will be enlightening directly. So I was describing yesterday, 4 levels of Parakaya Pravesha. Moving from one body to another body. 4 levels. 1, moving into a body which does not have life. A conscious person moving into a body which does not have life of its own. In that also there is 2 categories. 1, the dead body which had life. Another one thing, created body which never had a life. The Trimenis, the deities. Even that comes under the same category only. The Prana Pratishta, even that comes under the same category. Please understand 2 things. A dead body which had life, which do not have life now. And body which never had life even earlier. These are the 2 categories of, in this first category, giving life to dead bodies. That is why even the deities, before the energizing process, you will be surprised to know, they will make a effigy of deity in straw, and that will be taken round the temple in which the deity is going to be installed. It will be burnt and Shraddha will be given. So first, the quality of the dead body will be cleansed. Then the life will be infused into the deity. You will be shocked if you know the complete ritual. They will give the bali to the bhuta or preta. See, first the statue, the idol, the moment it is completed, the carving is completed, it is considered as a preta. So they will do all the rituals, giving bali, everything to the preta. You see, when the sculptor carves, his visualization, which is a mixture of life and matter, will get into the deity. So that needs to be removed. Only then it will become a complete preta. The bhuta has to be removed. Then for the bhuta only they will give bali. Then it becomes preta. If it becomes preta, now it has to be burnt and cleaned. So they will make the effigy and drag that around the temple and burn it. Now it is a clean, fresh, dead body where life can enter, life can penetrate. These are the 2 levels in the first level, first category. Second, a living person entering into a living person's body. That is what we call Divya Sariris, or becoming mediums. When an enlightened being is radiating his high frequency consciousness with a deep love and devotion and surrender, if you offer your low frequency ego, that slowly gets melted and this Divya Sarira starts reflecting in the living body. This Sutta Sattva energy starts reflecting in that body. It's a very powerful thing. Please understand, very powerful thing. So that persons, they become medium, and constantly if you stay in the consciousness of medium, the other day I was inquiring, all the people who were medium during the healing initiation, invariably every single person says there was no thought. We don't know what was going on. Something was moving the body. Something was moving the body. Few rishis are grumbling and grudging against the Gopikas in Bhagavatam. How many years we are struggling and suffering to have that no-mind experience. These ordinary shepherd girls, the milkmaids, are enjoying this no-mind experience with no reason, for no reason. It's unfair. That's what exactly I remembered when these guys are saying, no thoughts. When you stay in that state again and again, more and more, you become Divya Shariri. The Divya Sarira starts happening in you. This is what is the second level of living person entering into the living person's body. There is another one thing in the same line. Sometimes these black magicians use a living person's ego, punches and penetrates and enters into another one living person's body to destroy that body. There, it is like a terrible suffering. It is like a war, destruction. This fellow uses his ego, strength of ego, power of mind, and enters into that body by destroying the power of mind of that person. It is a most dangerous thing. Neither be encouraged nor be allowed. Now the big question starts. How to find out whether the person entering into you is an enlightened being or unenlightened being? Because it's a big game. When you are being medium, if it is only a pure peace and joy and ecstasy, which you really, really enjoy, then be very clear. You are only a medium to the enlightened being. You are a Divya Sariri. Then go with it again and again as much as you can. If you are not enjoying, if it is a terrible suffering, when you are out of that medium state, if you are feeling, no, I will never do this again. This is not for me. Terrible, uncomfortable feeling, a terrible, terrorized feeling. Night you are having very wild dreams, suffering. You are only becoming more and more dull after every session of being medium. If that is the case, then understand it's a black magic. You need to escape from that place immediately. Never ever be a medium. Never ever allow that person to work on you. Never ever enter in his breathing space. This is the scale. Please understand, it's an important thing you need to know. After being a medium, if you feel completely elated, ecstatic, pure awareness, I can give you some straight things. Morning when you wake up, next day morning, everything will look more fresh, more green, more alive. And all your senses will have the high peak experience. The eyes will become fresh. The mouth will become more sweet. The ears will be able to hear very sensitive sounds. The body will be having the hangover of the high ecstasy. All the senses will become sharp. Patanjali describes Suddha Sattva, experience in Indriyas. Please understand, it is not even eyes becoming fresh. The power which sees through the eyes will become fresh. That is the truth, you see. Now, there is something called Chakshu. Chakshu is not eyes. Chakshu is the energy which sees through the eyes, that is usually corrupted by layer of thoughts. For example, here, if you make too much duna smoke, that sambrani, the incense smoke, continuously every day, the dust will settle down on this cloth and one layer of dust will happen within a month. Same way, too much samskara on chakshu, a dust will settle down on the chakshu, and whatever you are seeing through the eyes will become dull, even though eyes are not dull. Understand the difference? Eyes having power is the side effect of chakshu becoming dull for long time. I am not even talking about eyes themselves becoming dull. I am talking about chakshu becoming dull. Chakshu is the power through which you are seeing, the power with which you are seeing through the eyes. Very strong lessons. You need complete attention. But the lessons will be really helpful. This technical knowledge will really be helpful, not only for enlightenment, for making your life more and more blissful and happy and joyful, becoming a new human being. Becoming a new human being. Understand? If you act, cooperate as medium, and if your chakshu becomes pure next day morning, you feel, oh God, things are so fresh, alive. Then you are traveling in the path of Divya Sarira. Mouth having a deep taste, not just the mouth, the deeper mouth. It's called annak. In Tamil we say the part which hangs inside your tongue, the deeper mouth, this area. That inside the throat, feeling intense sweetness or a very sweet smell being experienced in the nose. That is what is the perfume of Divya Sarira, of the Master. Understand? Perfume smell of Divya Sarira of the Master. Something will be happening in your nose, some sweet smell. And any sound, even a small sound, you will be able to hear with a deep sensitivity. These are the scales. I am telling all the people who were mediums, during the healing initiation. I am telling all you guys, if you have any of this experience, you are traveling towards the path of Divya Sarira. Have courage, confidence, joy, jump into it and run. Flow with it. I am talking about this so detailed way so that in future, people who are trying to become medium for these ghosts, the dead people, pretas, pichas, all of them should understand difference between that medium and this medium. Medium word is loaded with a negative meaning. That is different and this is different. This is different. Here it is becoming Divya Sarira. There it is becoming more and more unconscious. Vivekananda gives an example. The black magic mediums, it's like throwing a big stone on the horse and stopping it. It will stop, but it will never get up again over. With a master, it's like holding the rope properly and stopping the horse. It will be termed, not killed. Terming the horse is different between killing the horse. So it's an important thing you need to understand. This is the second level, Paragaya Pravesha, astral travel. The third level, the Siddha who doesn't have body entering into a dead body. Like a Mahavatar Baba who doesn't have physical body. He may suddenly enter into some body to do some work, to bless people, to initiate. It happens. And same way, Siddhas who don't have body entering into, first thing, Siddhas who don't have body entering into a living body, Siddhas who don't have body entering into a dead body. These are the next categories. Understand? 4 categories. I'll just give the essence. Person who is having the body entering into the dead body, person who is having the body entering into living body, person who does not have body entering into living body, person who does not have body entering into dead body. If you understand all these 4 things in different level, it will help you. First, if you understand the possibility, a Siddha can reflect, radiate himself in your body, naturally that is the best thing can happen to your body. Just get out. Get out of your body, let him occupy. That is the best thing can happen to your body. Understand what best can happen to your body, then that becoming Divya Sarira. That's the greatest thing can happen to you and the body. Second thing, if you know the possibility of the Siddhas who don't have body also can enter, feeling connection with the masters who don't have body will be established in your life in a very strong way. Shiva himself is a great Siddha who doesn't have a physical body as on now. Who can take but who doesn't have. You can always request him to reside in your body. Just make yourself available. Shiva, I can give all the masters who don't have body, who are not with physical body, you can invoke them. Just create little space, they will be there in you. It can become a very powerful practical tool, technique for your enlightenment. Not just a story. So the first thing, Siddha with body entering into dead body. That example is the Tirumular. Tirumular entering into a shepherd guy's body and making him alive. Second, a living Siddha entering into a living body. That's what the example of our mediums. Third, Siddha who doesn't have body living entering into the body. Like Mahavatar Baba, many times I have seen many people. Mahavatar Baba lands and blesses them, enters their body and uses. Siddhas who don't have body entering into the dead bodies and making it alive, still it happens. As I said, yesterday I was telling, there are some people, once they die, if the body is really matured with positive biomemories. Siddhas learned and start using it for the world's good to do some mission which they want to do. The essence of what I wanted to convey through these different levels of Paragaya Pravesha. Of course, there are techniques for each one. One technique to open yourself for you to receive the living master, master with body or master without body. Second, there are techniques for you to enter into living body or dead body. That you may not need. You don't need. One body itself is enough reason for your suffering. And why will you need the science of entering into another one body, create more suffering? Unless you are really screw loose. And too many screws loose. Why will you do that? That is not required. But at least you can learn the technique of opening up yourself for the masters with body or without body to enter your being and fill your being, becoming Divya Shariris for them. Becoming part of their expression. It is possible. It is possible. I'll speak in a detailed way about those techniques also and present it to the world. As and now, we'll end with this much. I'll continue to speak on techniques. Deep passiveness and receptivity itself is a technique to receive an enlightened being into your body, whether he has a body or he doesn't have a body. If he is a living master or dead master, a deep passive receptivity is enough to receive him into your system. In any one bhava, it can be Vatsalya, Matru, Dasa, Saka, or Mathura, or Maha, any bhava, just a deep passive receptivity. You can just land in your system. Let you all have the deep passive receptivity and experience Divya Sharira. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate the eternal bliss. Nithyananda. Thank you. Sadashirasamaramvam Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. I welcome you all with my love and respects. Today's subject for satsang is God consciousness. States of consciousness, different states of consciousness. Last few days we studied different states of consciousness and the states which need to be entertained and encouraged, the stages which need to be discouraged and reduced, the stages which you need to just ignore, neither encourage nor discourage, just ignore. These are the few things we studied. Today, we'll go into the depth of the the conscious waking, conscious dreaming, conscious sleeping, conscious awareness, conscious consciousness. The last column, and same below. The last column, waking consciousness, dreaming consciousness, sleeping consciousness, awareness consciousness, consciousness consciousness. Please understand, waking, dreaming, sleeping, awareness, consciousness. These are the 5 states. If these 5 states overlap each other, it creates 25 states. In the 25, the last column, the consciousness and consciousness overlapping. Except that everything is experienced by normal human beings. Maybe I'll explain in a detailed way so it will be useful for all of you. Understand? Waking, dreaming, sleeping, awareness, consciousness. Waking, dreaming, sleeping, awareness, consciousness. When they overlap each other, waking, dreaming, waking, sleeping, waking, awareness, waking, conscious, waking, dreaming, in which many of you are now. Dreaming, sleeping, dreaming. If you are new just today, attending satsang, I really sincerely recommend you watch last 1 week satsangs uploaded on YouTube. You have complete technical knowledge on each state. I described very clearly about each state. These are the 25 states. All these red line states should be discouraged. All the green line stages should be encouraged. But that's another important thing. All the blue line, which I am lining now, are not experienced normally before enlightenment. All this red line should be discouraged, the green line should be encouraged, but only these 16 are experienced by human body. This 5 plus 4, these 9 states are experienced only by an enlightened body. That's what I call God consciousness. If you just have an understanding, insight about these 9 states, 2 things can be done. 1, you will be able to identify right master. This is the, if you understand these states, this is the scale. This can't be fake. Unfakeable states. Anything can be fake except these states. 9 states. All these 9 are unfakeable states. Understanding about these states will give you a very clear understanding about finding a right master. Second thing, falling in tune with him. Third thing, you will be able to measure the experiences happens in your space if you are understanding about these 9 states. Because all the experiences happening in your space should be helping you to experience these 9 states. Unless these 9 states are exactly felt, the experiences you are having may be psychic or psychological. It is not spiritual. To scale and measure, master, to scale and measure your own spiritual growth, this 9 states, understanding about these 9 states is important. Conscious waking. No thought. This is the exact state people experience when they sit as a divyasari medium around me during energization. They are conscious, but whatever is seen in the waking state is seen by them. Even though they are in the legal path, but whatever is seen by the world, by you all, is also seen by them. They are not lost control. That is why whenever their body rolls on the ground and they appear, people who see, for them it feels like they lost control on themselves. I tell the divisaries, the mediums, to put thread in the grid. You will see without threading, just like that they will put it. It means they are not lost control. Completely, things are under their control. This is conscious waking state. Conscious dreaming, in that same state, any idea passes by in their inner space. Conscious dreaming, conscious sleeping. When an enlightened being rests his body, it is called conscious sleeping. When an enlightened being is putting his attention on something, conscious awareness, an enlightened being is in samadhi with himself. It's called consciousness. Understand? These 9 states here, waking consciousness, again, when you are completely established in enlightenment, when your body becomes completely right, that's what I call an incarnation body, where all 12 strands of DNA is awakened. Then, whether you are waking, dreaming, sleeping, or awareness, or consciousness, whatever you may be doing, you will be radiating God. I can say, this is all the things happening during the Nirvikalpa Samadhi. This whole thing happening during Sahaja Samadhi. This is Sahaja Samadhi, this is Nirvikalpa Samadhi. I am just giving you the basic technical understanding. It is going above your head, don't worry. Especially inner participants. This is just menu card. You are going to eat. So, you don't need to bother too much about menu card. Actually, when you go to a new country and see menu card, you don't pick up based on the taste, because you never tasted any food. You just pick up based on the name. Or some way understanding, idea, or how visually it is presented. That is the way you pick up. That is why, you see, now again you have the same problem. You know all these tastes. But now it's just a menu card. How will you pick up? You have some vague idea. That's actually a little technical idea, how it may feel like. And visually it need to be presented. That is why it is presented visually. So that we can pick up the state. Understand? It's a menu card. Just in the enlightened state, a different phases you go through. Now, all you need to know is simple technical understanding. Maybe in the sessions, I'll give you more deeper understanding, techniques, and method to experience, of course, experience itself. So here, I'm introducing, please understand, this 4 level, this 16 state is experienced by human beings. In that 16, this 6 should be avoided, this 9 should be encouraged, and the other 9 is never experienced by human beings. is just to give you an understanding. It's like this 9 states understanding will clear a lot of your doubts. When you have a spiritual experience, how to find out whether it is spiritual or just psychological? When you are with a master, how to find out he is a completely enlightened being or he has only one or two powers? These major doubts can be clarified when you understand these states of consciousness, because it's a very important thing when you choose your master. Once you choose, no question of looking back. But for choosing, this will really help you. When you have any energy experience, that night, if you had complete consciously means, next day morning, you will not feel tired, you wouldn't have dreamed, you wouldn't have slept. You will remember only you have been completely aware. You are completely aware, but there was no thoughts, no dreams, and morning, no tiredness. You are fresh and alive. This is what I call sleeping consciousness. If you experience this state, then you can be sure you have had energy darshan from a person who is consciously sleeping. Understand? If you had an experience of conscious sleeping, you can be sure you had darshan, energy from person who is sleeping consciously. If you had an experience of sleeping consciousness, be sure you had the darshan and energy from person who is consciously sleeping. Means you are master is the right person and you are having the right experience. And same way, if it is just from some psychic person or black magic person, that kind of people, your night sleep will be very tense, loaded, heavy. Morning you will feel as if your whole body is beaten. Your whole body is beaten. Please understand. I am not saying a normal body pain. If you work out too much, you will have body pain. If you do too much yoga, you will have body pain. That is different. This pain will be completely different. As if you never slept, you will feel a deep dissatisfaction that you never slept. Something is going on. You are uncomfortable, settled. It means your master is neither spiritual nor you are having spiritual experience. These are some of the clear scales. Not only that. When you have energy darshan, energy transmission, diksha, your waking consciousness should be awakened. Means when you morning wake up and see, whole thing should look more deeper. Green should look more greener. Rose should look more rosy. And colors should look very deep. Things should appear very pure, as if completely washed, fresh. If you are experiencing the conscious waking, you have received darshan from person who is in waking consciousness. If you are experiencing waking consciousness, you receive darshan from person who is in conscious waking state. This understanding about each state will give you the clarity about the master and the path you are traveling. Are you growing? Are you progressing? You will understand that. The next is the conscious dreaming and dreaming consciousness. If you had an energy darshan in the night, even if you have one or two dreams, you will be just aware that dreams are moving like a clean, conscious light. The dreams are moving like a line, like a picture. How in the screen, the projector, scenes are moving. Like in the screen of your consciousness, this will be moving. If you are clear how that moves in your inner space, you are conscious, you are dreaming. that state, if you go through, be very clear. If you are consciously dreaming, you can be sure you receive darshan from a person who is dreaming consciously. If you are consciously dreaming, you receive darshan from a person who is consciously dreaming. Sleeping consciousness, I will explain. Early morning, you will not have tiredness, alive, fresh. And this awareness consciousness, just for no reason, you will be sitting in His presence. You will have pure awareness consciously. You know you are in pure awareness. You are in pure awareness. So if you are having the awareness conscious experience, you are in conscious awareness. So this is what I call Upanishad, the experience of Upanishad. Of course, finally the conscious consciousness merging with Him, becoming one. That state has neither definition nor scale or entity. That state of conscious consciousness can never be explained. It is just, that's all. Now, understanding about the states will give you the scale to work with yourself and work with the Master. With this scale, measure every day what is happening in you. Then you will be able to very clearly feel which direction you are going. Are you in the right direction? Are you in the right person? Because before starting your work, you need to know, are you in the right direction? Are you with the right person? After that, forget about everything. Just flow with it. Flow with the energy. Now, you have a scale. Maybe in the continuing tomorrow and day after tomorrow sessions, I'll give you more techniques on about each state and methods to encourage the states to encourage, discourage the states to be discouraged, experience the stages to be experienced. And bless you all. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express and radiate the eternal bliss. Nithyananda. Thank you. Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam. I welcome you all with my love and respects. Today's subject is Unrevealed Miracles of Mystics. Whoever reveals the unrevealed is incarnation. Unrevealed should not just disappear without being revealed to the world. With this tremendous compassion and love, the human consciousness should experience the unrevealed superconsciousness. With this vision, beings who reveal the super consciousness to the human consciousness are only called incarnations. And some of the miracles they have performed. I'll try to express few words. Please understand. I'll give you a simple example, kind of a diagram. I'll just try to explain with an example. This is sun, and you are like a mirror. Your body is like a mirror. Sun rays fall in the mirror and reflection is created. That light falls on something, this reflection's light. This is what is world. The sun is super consciousness. The reflection in the mirror is the I, the individual self which you feel. And this mirror is the body. The reflection, the light on which the light falls, the reflection falls, is the world. Now, all your suffering is because of this reflection. When it falls on the world, it chooses some part and rejects some part. It just does not look up to its source. It starts losing itself in what is being seen and starts liking, taking up something, starts rejecting, frightened about something. Please understand. Complete secret of death can be experienced with this. I'll tell you with this understanding how the mystics perform miracles. Here, there is something in the world which is understood by this reflection, which this reflection starts liking. There is something which this reflection starts hating. Whenever something is liked by this reflection, because this reflection is the reflection of consciousness, it does not keep quiet, it changes the very form of the mirror, body itself. Please understand. If you are continuously fantasizing about food, the very quality of your body changes. If you are continuously fantasizing about music, the very quality of your body changes. If you are continuously fantasizing about sex, the very quality of your body changes. The reflection not just keeps quiet, it works on the body and changes the very quality of the body. The reflection, instead of looking at the things on which it is reflecting, if it looks back from where he is reflecting, that is sadhana and enlightenment. If he is looking only on the things on which he is reflecting, that is what we call the ordinary mundane life of fear and greed and this. Not knowing what to do with the life. Yesterday one devotee told me in the energy session, Swamiji, I don't know what to do with my life. Oh God. I really felt. No, I felt her suffering. I felt her pain. And of course, at least she is fortunate she is here. In few days, the clarity is going to happen. The transformation is going to happen. And naturally, she will know what is and what she wants to and what should be, all that. But how many billions of people in the planet Earth are there having life and not knowing what to do with the life? Oh God, I can tell you, that's the worst thing which can happen to human being. Having life but not knowing, because on each line there is so much of plus and minus. You do not know what you really want. Too much choice without having the choiceless awareness. Please understand. If I am asked to kill any one negative energy in the planet Earth, the first thing I will pick up is having too much of choice without choiceless awareness. That is the worst state to be in. The choiceless awareness. Please understand. With choiceless awareness, if you have too much of choices, you will just know you can enjoy everything. That makes you multidimensional. Without choiceless awareness, too much of choice just makes you depressed and you do not know what to do with the life. Please understand. Each ray comes out of reflection, works through one of your nadi. One of your nadi. You have 72,000 minor nadis, 24 major nadis, one central nadi. These are some of the revelations from the mystics, but I do not have any scientific reference or any scientific proof for it. It's the experience of Siddhas. Please understand, each attraction, for example, you are attracted to certain food. So one of your nadi will be engaged, means that reflection will use that particular nadi to retain the memory about that food and craving about the food and the necessity for that food and the satisfaction which you enjoy when you have that food. That whole file will be in that one nadi. If you are afraid of something, one nadi will be used to keep the file about that fear and that object. If you are using too many nadis, you are caught in what you are seeing. If you are retrieving yourself, if you are turning yourself towards from where you are reflected, not on which you are reflecting. Please understand. On which you are reflecting is worldly life. From where you are reflecting is spiritual life. If your life is flowing towards on which you are reflecting, it is worldly life. Pravritti, in Sanskrit we call. If your life is reflecting on from where you are reflecting, it is called nivritti, an enlightenment life. So too many nadis engaged on what is being seen without having the center of what is seen is what I call, without having choiceless awareness, having too much of choice. Modern day kids, one of the major disease modern day kids are suffering is this disease. This is responsible for drugs, teenage suicide, and heavy depression youth face in the modern age. Please understand, one of the worst thing I found in the modern age youth is they lose the innocence of childhood, the joy of being a youth very young, very quickly. Because too much of choices are put in front of them without having the choiceless awareness. I can tell you, it's almost like 100 varieties of food which you really love are put inside in front of you, and just your tongue is cut off. Exactly the same thing. I tell you, if you are living with too much of choice, without choiceless awareness, you are ghost. You are not a being. You are ghost. You need to be afraid of you, not about anybody else. You don't need anybody to destroy your life. You are enough. You are enough unto yourself. One of the major suffering modern day youth is facing, understand, I am giving this message to modern day youth from all over the world, especially Indian kids. Indian kids are losing their roots. In US they have a word, American born confused desis, for the NRI kids, ABCD. American born confused desis. Not only NRI kids, even in India, RNI kids, I am talking about RNI kids, the tremendous depression and cluelessness about the life and chaos they are going through. Understand, just if the reflection is towards on which he is reflected, what is going to happen? Naturally, the mirror is going to get tired, filled with dust, disturbed, and any moment he may turn and the reflection of the superconscious will stop reflecting on the mirror. I am warning, giving a strong spiritual warning to Indian youth. Please understand, getting back to the Vedic lifestyle is not an option for you. Now it is a medicine for you. Now the only remedy the Indian youth has is getting back to the Vedic tradition. Vedic understanding about life. I am not saying drop your jeans and iPad and cell phone, and no. But I am saying the culture put into your head along with those instruments. Those instruments are poor, innocent. But the idea to live with too much of choices without choiceless awareness is the dangerous idea. That is what is dangerous idea. In the 72,000 nadis, if at least 10,000 is centered towards from where you are reflecting, all other 62,000 is reflecting on which you are reflecting, you will be balanced. All I am asking is just to dedicate 10,000. Means maybe 1 hour or 2 hours of your life being centered on the higher ideals. Your actions and thinking at least 1 hour or 2 hours being centered on the source from which you are reflecting. That's all I am asking, nothing else. Or just perish, nothing else. And Indian youth is the largest number of youth in the world. India is the youngest country in the world. If you guys are not going to survive, it is danger for the planet Earth. That is why I assumed the body of Indian youth because I am going to work on them. They are my first priority. They are my first priority. The planet Earth needs to be saved. If it has to be saved, it can be saved only by Indian youth. Too much choice without choiceless awareness is the greatest danger we are facing. And I just wanted to give you the deeper mysteries of this Nadi science which I explained now. I think all of you are able to catch the basics of what I am saying. Your body is the mirror. The superconsciousness is the sun that is reflecting on you. The reflection which is felt in your body is the individual self. That reflection's reflection, whatever you are seeing is the world. In that reflection, some part which you are seeing you like, some you don't like. And through 72,000 ray line, you see this. In that 72,000, all 72,000 is spent on what is seen without being the source of seeing, the superconsciousness. You are in depression, essence. That's the essence. If you just, in that 62,000, if you just divert 10,000 up from where you are reflecting, you will have a complete balance. If you divert 50% towards where you are reflecting, you will be already living in a Jivan Mukta life. You don't need to divert more than 50%. That's enough. The remaining 50%, have a playful on what you are seeing. On just have a little joyful fear and joyful greed and playful worry. You can have all that. You can have all that and play with all of them. Nothing wrong. It's great. But a little bit of centering on the choiceless awareness. At least 10,000 nadis in the 72,000 being centered on from where you are reflecting is essential. That is essence of life and essential in life. If that centering on what is from where you are reflected is established, physically you will express miracles. Understand? Physically you will express miracles. Just yesterday night, after the darshan, I took the batch of these mediums to our Akada. Akada is the place where we have our gym. All the fellows who sat as medium, they lifted at least 2 to 3 times of their own weight. That much weight they lifted. Please understand, lifting 3 times of your weight is not a joke. Normally, they can't even lift their weight or equivalent to their weight. If somebody is 50 kg, they lifting 50 kg is not a joke. Took them to the Akada, just awaken the Kundalini at least twice. Some people up to thrice. Wait, just like that they lifted. Nothing else. And after that they were saying, we don't even know that we lifted so much weight. It feels like a zero weight. When the Kundalini is awakened, more than 10,000 nadi of you is centered on what is seen. Please understand. It is centered on it is not what is seen. It is centered on from where you are reflected to superconsciousness. In Siddha tradition there is a sutra. When the Kundalini is awakened, if you can lift equivalent to your body weight, it's called bala. One bala, if you have one nadi, the left or right will be perfect. if you are able to lift twice your weight, when that awakening happens, I am not talking about normal weightlifting practice and training, no. When that experience happens, when that levitation happens, when that awakening happens, if you are able to lift twice your weight, it's called two bala. The Pingala and Idagala, both will be active, alive. If you are able to 3 times lift thrice your weight, then all 3 nadis will be alive. Means at least 10,000 of your nadis among the 72,000 is centered towards the source from where you are reflecting, means superconsciousness. Physically they showed yesterday the power of Kundalini. When the Kundalini awakens, one of our brahmacharini she's 50, she lifted 120 kg. She's only 50 kg weight. She just lifted 120 kg. And there are some more who lifted 140. Just twice or thrice of their weight. Just the power of Kundalini Shakti. Ordinarily they can't lift more than 20 or 30 kg. Just like, not only they lifted, they were actually coming forward. They said, no, Swamiji, we will lift thrice our weight. I said, relax, not in the same day. You guys may get enlightened too soon. Let's do it properly so that your body is also ready. Physically showing the power of the nadi. Power of the nadi. I can even show with you guys, even with participants. Normally maximum how much you are able to lift. And just when that levitation happens, when that energy explosion happens, how much you are able to lift. It will be at least 3 times more. And you will not have any pain, any damage. I am responsible. I am telling you. But don't do it on your own. Do in controlled condition with the proper support and help. So these all practices should not be done on your own. It should be done directly under the guidance of the master. Because only then I will know whether it is Kundalini awakening or your own some hallucination. One part of you being centered on the source from which you are reflecting is the essential teaching which I am trying to transmit in today's satsang. That's what I am trying to transmit in today's satsang. Actually, in that 72,000, if less number of nadis, see, I can give you the example, like from the reflection, how many rays are flowing? That rays can be considered as the nadis. 72,000 rays are flowing. In that 72,000, if less are flowing outward, you can change your body any time easily. The reflection can change the mirror. Enough. This mirror is too tired, too old. Come on, let's go to the next mirror. Because from the reflection, not much to be identified. Go to the next mirror. That's all. Understand? I can just make time out of consciousness. Because I am completely free from on which I am reflecting. All my 72,000 nadis are centered on, from which I am reflecting, not on which I am reflecting. I'll talk on deeper lines of how retrieving the nadi flow from on which you reflected to from which you reflect and the benefits of it. How you can heal your body, change your body, play with your body and enjoy being in the body. On next sessions, let you all achieve, experience, live, express and radiate the eternal bliss. Nithyananda. Thank you. सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respects. Today's subject for satsang: secrets of superconsciousness. Secrets to superconsciousness. There was a great master, Manikavasagar in Tamil Nadu, an enlightened master, great devotee of Shiva. He composed a set of poems called Tiruvasagam. There is a proverb: if somebody can't melt for those words, he can't be melted by anything. He can't be melted by anything. A heart-pouring experience of his interactions with Shiva and encounters with Shiva. People asked him, please give us the meaning of those verses. He sang in poetry form, in different meters. They asked him, please give us translation. We need to understand. We need to understand the secrets of your superconsciousness so that we can use that as a secrets to our superconsciousness. To understand. We need to understand the secrets of your superconsciousness so that we can use that as a secrets to our superconsciousness. He went to the temple showed the deity that this is the meaning and went inside and disappeared into the deity. Understand? Literally disappeared into the deity. He said, this is the meaning. There are some secrets can't be revealed. Words are too poor. It just only can be experienced. Maybe the secrets to consciousness, secrets to superconsciousness, secrets of my superconsciousness is the way for your superconsciousness. Whatever secrets I reveal about my superconsciousness, you can use that as a way to your superconsciousness, because both are one and the same. That is why Krishna says to Arjuna, knowing about my births and my qualities, my gunas, let you be liberated. I want to tell all the newcomers, participants of IA, you may be wondering, what is going on? Where have I landed? I thought this is a place where I will get the superconscious experience, but I see every morning all people are sitting around him and worshipping him as God. I want you to know, they are not worshipping me as God, they are worshipping me as an embodiment of all possible gods and goddesses. That is a mantra they are reciting. If I have to translate that words to you, Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya means all gods and goddesses. Embodiment of all gods and goddesses, we offer ourselves to you. You may be wondering, where have I landed? Please understand, neither I am enjoying, nor I am encouraging, or I am rejecting what they are doing. What they are doing is a technique for themselves. I am just as witness. Like a sun is a witness, all grahas move around him. How many grahas move around him? He is there, centered as witness. By knowing the nature of my superconsciousness, they experience their superconsciousness. That is what is exactly happening. That is why this worship, these offerings. Krishna says very clearly, knowing the quality of my inner space, let you be liberated. You will be liberated. So knowing the secrets of my superconsciousness is not like knowing my glory. No, you can never know. It is only a method to liberate yourself. Method to liberate yourself. Technique to liberate yourself. Unfortunately, the secrets to superconsciousness can't be revealed much by the words, maybe. It can be revealed through the presence or the Upanishad. Words are too poor and too small. There is a story. The Ganges, was caught in the Shiva's head. People wanted water in the planet Earth. They requested him. Shiva just removed one hair. In that gap, the water came out, fell on the planet Earth. Is all the rivers and the oceans and underground water. That is the water available in planet Earth. One hair fills more than 70% of the planet Earth's space. What will happen if he removes second hair? Sometimes the secrets are better to be kept as secrets. Not just because it has to be kept as secret. By its very nature, it cannot be verbalized, revealed. It cannot be understood. So, by its own innate nature, it is secret. It is secret. Any understanding which gives you the feeling you are something more than body is secret knowledge, because it leads you to the superconsciousness. Any technique which gives you the experience of cosmos, consciousness, more than body, it is secret technique, because it leads you to superconsciousness. Anybody who leads you to the superconscious experience or out of body experience is a secret being in your life, because he leads you to superconsciousness. Krishna says in Gita, Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam. The greatest knowledge is the greatest secret. It is not kept as secret because it should not be told. It is kept as secret because it will not be understood. A normal man, new person who comes inside this hall now, he can't understand what is going on here. Young man sitting somewhere is just moving his hand. And people are rolling on the ground. They are not hypnotized. Please understand. They are completely balanced. They know what is happening now. They can repeat verbatim what I am talking. They know completely what is happening around them. See, not a single person is disturbing their Guru Puja set. All of them can easily put thread into needle. Means they can do any mild, minute actions. It's not that they are out of control. No. feeling more than the body and being centered. Same way they can sit like a statue for hours without moving the body. They can allow it to flow with energy, or they can completely make it like statue. It is their conscious will. But something extraordinary is happening inside everybody through the presence. Many people ask me, especially after attending the energy darshan, why is this not shown to the world? Why is this not told to the world? Yesterday, somebody asked me, I want to experience God, I want to hold Him. I said, come on, how much you can hold, I will pour Him on you. I went on and on and on, he was not able to. Then finally he said, enough, enough, enough. I said, come on, now you can go. You read all these only in the fairy tales. You go and ask somebody, please give me the experience of God. And he just stretches his hand and you experience, you say enough, enough, enough. Only then he lets you go. You read in the story of Ramakrishna. Vivekananda goes to Ramakrishna and asks, have you seen God? Ramakrishna says, not only I have seen, I can show you. He just touches Vivekananda. Vivekananda is rolling on the ground for next 3 days in that ecstasy. Ramakrishna would have given experience maybe to 50 people when he was in the body like this, by touch. You read only all these things in the stories. People ask me, God, so much is happening here. This is greenhouse of consciousness, nursery of new humanity. Why is it not being told to the world? It is not that we keep it as secret because it should not be told. It can't be understood. How will you understand just this phenomena? What will you understand? That is why yesterday I said the word medium is too poor. They are not mediums. They are Divya Sariris. The difference between medium and Divya Sariris, these people every time they sit as a Divya Sariri, they go through this experience, they become more aware, more intelligent, more blissful. But the mediums, every time they go through that, they become more sober, more dull, more dead, more submissive. Surrender is not submission. Surrender means expressing your will 100% and dedicating your will to the higher will. Making your will in tune with the higher will. Submission means destroying your will, bending your will. That's a big difference. You can see in yourself, morning, if you are feeling fresh, alive, things are more green, more living, more life, no tiredness, No feeling that you have not slept. You had the conscious transmission, glimpse of superconsciousness. There are many secrets of superconsciousness, can't be spoken, but can be revealed. Maybe one strong Upanishad for all of you. Upanishad means just sitting with the intense presence so that you are ready for today's session. So today and tomorrow evening, I'll work on awakening the non-mechanical parts of the brain. From day after tomorrow morning, awakening different strands of DNA. Now just sit. If you feel, you can sit with open eyes or closed eyes. But I am revealing the secrets of consciousness which can't be spoken. Which can be spoken, I have spoken in last 8,000 hours. Which can't be spoken, I'll reveal it. I bless all the devotees and disciples who are sitting around the world, watching this Enlightened Satsang message live. Even you all will experience this revelation, the secrets of superconsciousness. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, and radiate the eternal bliss. Nithyananda. Siddha tradition. I wanted to remember, bow down, invoke the presence of all the great Siddhas with this ಸ್ತೋತ್ರ திட்டமுள ஆரியனில்லாது நோக்கச் செய்த சிவவாக்கியந்தான் நூலேயாதி பட்டினத்தார் பாடலொடு புலம்பல் ஞானம் பத்திரகிரி அருட்புலம்பல் பாம்பாட்டிச் சித்தர் வட்டமர இடைக்காடர் அகப்பைச் சித்தர் வடிவற்ற குதம்பைக் கடுவெளியாஞ்சித்தர் தொட்டுரைத்த குருமுனிவர் அழுகஞ்சித்தர் துறை நின்ற நந்தீசர் நாமதேவர் தேவரொடு கொங்கணவர் ரோமநாதர் திருமூலர் கருவூரார் பொதிகைச் சித்தர் ஆவலொடு இவர் உரைத்த ஞானமையாவும் அவனியுள மனுக்களெல்லாம் அறியவென்றே பாவலரை நாவலரை பண்டிதோரை பற்பலவாம் பெரியோரை பணிந்து கேட்டு மாவிதமாய் பிழையின்றி திருத்தஞ்செய்து மாசரவே அச்சியற்றி மகிழ்ந்தவாறே. This is the stotra, preface of Periyanyana Kovai, where all these great Siddhas are remembered. Siddhas who are named here and who are not named here, I remember all of them. Humbly request their presence be here. Bless all of us, guide all of us, understand and experience and radiate the great Siddha tradition. Oldest, greatest, most secret and ultimate powerful tradition is the tradition. Please understand, all the word I uttered, I am responsible for it. Oldest, most effective, most powerful, most secret. As Krishna says, Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam. When it is most powerful, it is always the most guarded secret. It is the greatest science of the inner world, comprehending all dimensions of the inner world. Medicines to heal the body, techniques like yoga, pranayama, kriya to heal the body and experience extraordinary powers in the body and have spiritual awakening, spiritual experience in the body. Yantras, mantras, tantras, techniques to handle the whole cosmos as they want. Siddha tradition is doing tradition. Please understand. It is not just being, not giving you the dry answers. Oh, it's all illusion. Why are you bothered? No. They have the tremendous experience. It is all illusion in being, and they have the tremendous capability to play with illusion and alter as they want. The most practical, life affirmative spiritual tradition is Siddha tradition. Most comprehensive, most life affirmative means not just moving away from life in the name of some concepts, theories, working with life, playing with life, and just very playfully expressing all kinds of energies and experiences. Siddha tradition is the only tradition who has pill for enlightenment. Understand? They can give enlightenment just like a pill, and it is doable. They have done it as the living representative of that tradition. I promise the world I'll do it for you guys. Awakening the non-mechanical parts of the brain can be done with herbs without you being tortured or disturbed through any sadhana. Maybe it look too big promise. Only when I fulfill, you will understand it's not promise, just a statement I am making. If I say after this satsang, I am going to get up and walk and go to my morning meeting, it is not a promise. I am just making a statement which I am going to do. Same way I am making this statement, Siddha tradition has evolved a science to awaken the non-mechanical parts of the brain of a human beings just by herbs and medicines. And as a living representative of the tradition, I promise the world I'll bring it back to life and gift it to the world. Simple statement. It's a science. It is possible. See, there are some parts of your brain, if it is awakened, some of the understandings which you carry already will become reality. Life is faith, understand, that's all, nothing else. Whatever you know as reality appears as reality because those parts of the brain is awakened. If some other parts of the brain is awakened, suddenly something else will appear as reality. That's what is happening in the dream. In the dream, different parts of your brain is awakened. Your brain enters into different chemistry. Suddenly you see a different reality. Siddhas have mastered the science of putting your brain into the ultimate chemistry, which we call alchemy, rasavada. Ultimate chemistry, ultimate alchemy. It is possible. Just putting your brain into a different chemistry. Suddenly you see the ultimate reality. People always believed, no, enlightenment can never be given something from outside. I also said many times.
क्या आप स्वयं एक अवतार पुरुष से अपने जीवन में दिव्य मार्गदर्शन चाहते हैं? प्रस्तुत करते हैं अवतार पुरुष से वार्ता।
नित्यानंदा here.
परमहंस नित्यानंदा संसार को एक और अतुल्य और अनोखी भेंट दे रहे हैं।
You got practically everything and too much for a phone call.
अब वो लाइव किसी के भी प्रश्नों का उत्तर स्वयं देंगे।
And great. Now you ask anything you want in your life. Ask me any boon you want.
8 से प्रारंभ। कुछ सौभाग्यशाली लोग जो 080 2727 9999 पर फोन करेंगे, वो स्वयं स्वामी जी से बात कर सकते हैं। लाइव देखें NTV पर।
Here in Ananda Yogam to work on you, to discover your future, to discover your destiny or recreate your destiny. I'll open my house for you for 1 year completely free. Not even low effort enlightenment, no effort enlightenment. See, Vedanta is effort enlightenment. Yoga is high effort enlightenment. Zen can be called as low effort enlightenment. Siddha tradition is no effort enlightenment. Just through the Siddha tradition, I'll bring the whole Vedic tradition alive. Because Siddha tradition directly contributes. Siddhas don't talk, they just do it. One of the oldest tradition, I can say, Buddhism has produced largest number of enlightened beings. Yoga, Patanjali has produced largest number of healthy people in the world. Zen has produced largest number of peaceful people in the world. Gaudiya Sampradaya, Chaitanya Sampradaya produced largest number of ecstatic people in the world. Means being in ecstasy, bhava, singing and dancing. Siddha tradition produced largest number of miracle makers in the world. Just not only enlightened people, enlightened miracle makers. I have seen at least 100 Siddhas in my life. Please understand, when I use the word Siddha, means expressing extraordinary powers in physical body. I have seen an old man who has nobody, just lying in a small Ganesha temple, outside the Arunachaleshwara temple. A old man is called Totakaradata, means who maintains small gardens in and around the temple, because that is the way he produces whatever herbs he wants. So casually, he will take a mirror and put some black line on it, and that mirror will act like a TV and show whatever he wants. I have seen. Hundreds of police officers will be coming and sitting in front of him in queue to find out about their court cases, the police cases. They'll say somebody has stolen in this house, please tell me where the thief is. You will say very clearly the thief's house, address, everything, and where he kept the jewels, everything. And the police will come to him every night asking for the tips to go on, where to go for raid, this prostitution and all that. Where to go for raid. And very casually he will tell, 100% guarantee. Because I had the fortune of living around him for 6 years. I have not seen a single failure. Ordinary village man. Not a big organization or anything. Simple village man. Same way, my own guru in Siddha Parampara, Vibhudananda Devi, and her guru, Isakki Swamigal. His name itself is Siddha, Isakki Siddhar. I have seen so casually they playing, doing miracles with this Siddha tradition. She gave me a small herb, very small piece, still I have it. And she said, whenever you feel hungry, just take this herb. And she taught me a kind of a diagram, a symbol. And asked me to draw that symbol on my liver area. That's all. She said, your body will have all the energy needed. You don't need food. I tell you, I promise, I used that at least 5,000 times. At least 5,000 times. You think, what? 5,000 means almost 3 years. Or, see, per day 3 times. Then it comes to so long. How can that be? I tell you, whenever I felt hunger or thirst, I just used. It works. How do you think otherwise I was managing during my wandering, Parivrajaka Yatra, and especially wandering in Tamil Nadu, which is a house of all Siddha tradition and which does not give food for sannyasis, the both paradoxical sides. Few years before, source and house of all Siddhas. I am proud. I am a Tamilian. Just because of Siddha tradition. Just because of Siddha tradition. I have never said this word in my life. I have never said that I am proud, I am a Tamilian. First time I am saying, just because of Siddha tradition. Just because of Siddha tradition. Nothing else. With so much of negativity and chaos, Tamil Nadu is worthy of being alive in the planet Earth just because of Siddha tradition, nothing else. Just because it gave Siddhas to the world, and that language holds all the secrets of Siddha tradition. The language has to be kept alive. People who speak that language has to be kept alive. Otherwise, long before, Indian Ocean would have swallowed Tamil Nadu. Just because of this one reason, Siddha tradition, that whole language and people who speak that language will be protected. And I am telling you, just this Siddha tradition, I am proud, I am a Tamilian. I am born in that culture. I don't think otherwise I would have had the fortune of seeing hundreds of Siddhas and seeing all these miracles alive. Just an ordinary herb, small piece, still I have it. I draw a particular diagram on the liver, and the liver produces whatever is needed for the body, and the life goes on. Otherwise, how do you think I would have managed during my wandering years? I have seen at least 5 Siddhas who never ate any food. No food, no water, nothing. Just living on the air. Living in the air is a lifestyle in Siddha tradition. It's not miracle, it's a lifestyle in Siddha tradition.
தகமலை வந்த மகாதேவி கமானிந்தவா அண்டத்துக்கே நித்யானந்த தியானம் தந்தவா தகமலை வந்த மகாதேவி கமானிந்தவா அண்டத்துக்கே நித்யானந்த தியானம் தந்தவா கட்டி தரும் நித்யானந்தன் தியானம் தன்னை செய்தாலது பக்தியோடும் ஸ்ரத்தையோடும் நித்யா உன்னை பூஜிப்பது பல நாட்டவமோ பல நாய் நித்யானந்தன் ரூபம் இன்று இறையே குருவின் உருவில் வையம் காக்கும் எண்ணம் கொண்டு தகமலை வந்த மகாதேவி கமானிந்தவா அண்டத்துக்கே நித்யானந்த தியானம் தந்தவா தகமலை வந்த மகாதேவி கமானிந்தவா அண்டத்துக்கே நித்யானந்த வாழ்ந்திட இன்பம் கண்டோமே. உள்ளமது சொர்க்கம் அதை அண்ட தன்னில் தான் தேடுது. உள்ளுரையும் ஆனந்தத்தின் எல்லை வீர உண்டாகுது. ஆடும் மடியாரை நித்திய தியானம் தன்னை தந்து இங்கு தேடும் சுக வாழ்வை தர நித்யானந்தன் ரூபம் கொண்டு தகமலை வந்தவா தெய்வீகமாய் நின்றவா அண்டத்துக்கு நித்யானந்த தியானம் தந்தவா. தகமலை வந்தவா தெய்வீகமாய் நின்றவா அண்டத்துக்கு நித்யானந்த தியானம் தந்தவா. உள்ளுக்குள் உண்டாகும் நித்ய ஆனந்தம் கண்டாலே உள்ளம் தெய்வீகம் கொண்டாடும் என்றாய் நித்யானந்தா நீ. கள்ளங்கள் இல்லாமல் கொள்ளும் தெய்வீகம் எந்நாளும் எம்மை ஞானத்தின் மெய்வாழ்வில் சேர்க்கும் யுக்தி தந்தாய் நீ. உள்ளுக்குள் உண்டாகும் நித்ய ஆனந்தம் கண்டாலே உள்ளம் தெய்வீகம் கொண்டாடும் என்றாய் நித்யானந்தா நீ. கள்ளங்கள் இல்லாமல் கொள்ளும் தெய்வீகம் எந்நாளும் எம்மை ஞானத்தின் மெய்வாழ்வில் சேர்க்கும் யுக்தி தந்தாய் நீ. நித்யாவன் பாதம் அதை கண்டாலே போதும் மெய்ஞானம் வாழ்வில் குறியாக குடியேறும். அகமும் தெளிந்தே ஆனந்த கூத்தாடி விட குருவாய் வளர்ந்தான் மெய்ஞானம் எம்முள் வந்திட. தகமலை வந்தவா தெய்வீகமாய் நின்றவா அண்டத்துக்கு நித்யானந்த தியானம் தந்தவா. கட்டி தரும் நித்யானந்தன் தியானம் தன்னை செய்தாலது பக்திகளும் ஸ்ரத்தையோடும் நித்யா உன்னை பூஜிப்பது. பல நாள் தவமோ பல நாள் நித்யானந்தன் ரூபம் இன்று இறையே குருவின் உருவில் வையம் காக்கும் எண்ணம் கொண்டு தகமலை வந்தவா தெய்வீகமாய் நின்றவா அண்டத்துக்கு நித்யானந்த தியானம் தந்தவா. அண்டத்துக்கு நித்யானந்த தியானம் தந்தவா. அண்டத்துக்கு நித்யானந்த தியானம் தந்தவா. அண்டத்துக்கு நித்யானந்த தியானம் தந்தவா. ನಿನ್ನ ನಾಮವೇ ಪಾವನ ಎನ್ನ ಜೀವವೇ ಪಾವನ. ನಿನ್ನ ನಾಮವೇ ಪಾವನ ಎನ್ನ ಜೀವವೇ ಪಾವನ. ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಓ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ. ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಓ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ. ನಿನ್ನ ನಾಮವೇ ಪಾವನ ಎನ್ನ ಜೀವವೇ ಪಾವನ. ನಿನ್ನ ನಾಮವೇ ಪಾವನ ಎನ್ನ ಜೀವವೇ ಪಾವನ. ನೀನೇ ನಮ್ಮಯ ತಂದೆಯೇ, ನೀನೇ ನಮ್ಮಯ ತಾಯಿಯೇ. ನೀನೇ ನಮ್ಮಯ ತಂದೆಯೇ, ನೀನೇ ನಮ್ಮಯ ತಾಯಿಯೇ. ನೀನೇ ನಮ್ಮಯ ಬಂಧುವೇ, ನೀನೇ ನಮ್ಮಯ ಜೀವವೇ. ನೀನೇ ನಮ್ಮಯ ಬಂಧುವೇ, ನೀನೇ ನಮ್ಮಯ ಜೀವವೇ. ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ
In Siddha tradition, anything you touch is miraculous. That is why the miracle powers, the extraordinary powers themselves are called as Siddhis. They are not called as Vedantis or Yogis. No, they are called Siddhis because the Siddhas not only are enlightened, they just play with these extraordinary powers. I tell you, only Siddhas can create an extraordinary civilization. People appearing wherever they want and disappearing wherever they want is going to become a lifestyle, just like using the aircraft because of the Siddha tradition. I am telling you. I am not giving big promises. I have decided, and I am seeing very clearly. All the Siddha's blessings are there with me to make this whole thing as a science and alive, usable, practical lifestyle. Basically, all the people who brought me up are Siddhas, including Raghupati Yogi. Even though he is a master of yoga, he is a great Siddha. Who bring you up, their impact and impression stays in you strongly. I was brought up by a great Siddhas. All I am going to do is, whatever I received from all of them, I am going to express it, put it to the mainstream with the help of this organization. That's all. Make it available to the world, to the public, to the humanity. I am telling you, this is going to be one of the greatest contribution. I feel this, me reviving the Siddha tradition, is going to be the greatest contribution for 2012 spiritual explosion. Because if we need to create enlightened beings, as I expect, low effort method will not work. No effort method is the only way. N pills are the only way. So Siddha tradition is the only tradition which has evolved the science to create N pills and N pillows. All they give is N pills for enlightenment and N pillows, just lie down and sleep. Sometimes they don't even ask you to swallow the pill. They just give you something and ask you to rest on it, done. It's called Siddhasana. They just produce some asanas, yantras, ask people to sleep or sit and rest on it. People experience it. The science of creating intense energy fields and making people become enlightened or awakening the non-mechanical parts of the brain is the tradition of Siddhas. In Kerala, there is a Siddha yantra in Kodungallur Bhagavati's temple, created by a Siddha. Whoever goes and sits in that yantra, their non-mechanical parts of the brain gets awakened. Still, it's living yantra. It does work. Anybody who has some schizophrenic experiences or possessed by something, go and sit. The non-mechanical parts of the brain gets awakened. They become all right. So the millions of mysteries of Siddha traditions are going to open. The secrets of the Siddha traditions is going to open. Every day I'll introduce few techniques, few secrets, few medicines, few yantras. So today I am introducing the first medicine, the most auspicious object, turmeric. In body, turmeric balances all the cold and water related problems. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate, share and explode in eternal